A very good morning to all of you. I've been asked that the time has been stipulated downrated. We are in a crush of time. It reminds me to just ask you, what's the time now? Time to evangelize, praise the Lord. And it really emphasizes our tradition, the importance we had in our Jesus Youth tradition for the urgency of evangelization. Because each and every minute was time for evangelization for every Jesus Youth. Praise God. As I said in the introduction, evangelization has been in every minute of our JY activities from its inception. And I would compare Jesus Youth as a school of evangelization, where you enter into the JY as a kindergarten, a KG schoolboy, and then you gradually grow up into standard 1, 2, 3, and in every class, every form you enter into, you had specific lesson to learn about, and I summarize it as being always on evangelization. I'm not able to remember exactly when this word evangelization turned or coined into mission, and later into the baseline, a missionary movement at the service of the church. I'm not telling about when it evolved the baseline, but I'm telling about when the word evangelization was coined as mission. I was trying to think, and I found evangelization is a task, and when a commitment gets stronger to the task, it becomes a mission. And that's why each one of you and me are here, fervent with urgency, commitment, and which leads to a strong mission. I would like to take you through these two words from the evangelical letters. The church is missionary by her very nature. She exists to evangelize, that is to say, in order to preach and teach, to be the channel of the gift of grace to reconcile sinners with God. In my presentation, I'll be briefly taking you through these 6 areas. The mission formation as the core of the JY, history and orientation. The distinctive mission orientation of the movement. Dynamics of mission formation in JY programs, and that too in fellowships. When I say fellowships, it's the prayer groups, it's the local group you have, and JY formation content and style which is fostering this missionary nature into each one of us. And then lastly, to conclude, it would be on follow-up and continuity in the movement. Coming to the mission formation as the core of JY history and orientation. The expression of evangelization, whether you were a KG1 in JY or a +2 in JY, it has been each and every program you had something to pick up from the people around you on evangelization. And it was a tradition, I would say that's the right word to use in our activities. It was a tradition, and it really, you cannot say anything, come out of a tradition, because you're strongly bound to it, and all your actions and movements are guided by those. When you look into our history in this angle of evangelization as a tradition, you would find all the programs which each one of you would have attended in a new light was so much thrusting us, pushing us to this evangelization. Say it was a reach out, when you went to a college campus, when you went for your prayer group in your parish, say you went to give a small sharing into your school prayer group, it was all this thing which you were which was driving you. And I feel another great thing what was in our movement was the appreciation for people who reached out to newer communities. I would recall upon the full-timer stories, and I would rather call them, a better way, success stories. And in each of the programs, you had heroes of Jesus Youth who really made sense of giving Jesus to the nearby people around you and the nearby communities to you. And they were always an inspiration for, as a role model to plunge into the evangelization. As I stand here, I can see many faces who has influenced me in my school of JY, where I was pushed onto this tradition of evangelization.